Testing, testing, 1, 2. Jump to it. Out here to scanners. First to the micro floats, all floats. We have AUUD, we have MNDR, LRHC, and those are the only ones that over 20% during pre-market. And for the non-micros, we have JDZE, DENF of 41%, and then everything else is kind of below. Okay, so let's look into these. So one thing that I know that I've been doing over the past couple of weeks, I've been focusing on trading the stocks with catalysts and kind of sticking to them. One of the things that I've noticed though on those sticking to them is being patient during the day, especially waiting for liquidity to come into the stock before jumping in. And also on most of those stocks that I've traded, um, that are on Catalyst. Uh, I try to buy. Sometimes I try to buy them on the dip. Sometimes I try to buy them on the rip. But on days following the Catalyst, it's it's almost like you have to wait on the liquidity for a pop because it's crazy. It's like sometimes it's like the liquidity never comes. It's like okay, it's got 250,000 shares and it gets to 500,000 and stops. The other thing is you never know how much attention that these stocks, these other micros are going to draw. Like AUUD right now has 48 million shares traded. MNDR has 9 million. So these are almost to the 10 million mark. You have four that are either halfway to or they've already made it to 10 million shares during pre-market, which is definitely irregular. Let's look through these four: AUUD, MENDR, LRHC, WBUY to see if they have any noteworthy news to watch over the next couple of days and today. All right, and then we'll also look at why JDZG is up 51% and then BENF is up 40%. Over here to AUD to start. AUD has a press release this morning. Let's see what it's talking about. It says it's signing a definitive merger agreement. Definitive merger agreement. So the stocks surges big after merger deals. So that's merger. Yep. Merger. All right. Next, yep, LRHC. LRC says it exclusive La Rosa acquires remaining stake in Florida brokerage. Acquires remaining 49% interest in profitable brokerage. They didn't name the profitable brokerage. See if I read into this, they name it. Celebration, La Rosa, real estate, and this is real estate too. So, real estate company was but they didn't name who they acquired. This is real estate. Company acquisition. So kind of two red flags actually. All right, MENDR 27%. This one, healthcare stocks moving on Wednesday. This one I haven't heard about before. Okay, they had acquisitions back in November. Mobile Health Network Solution shares rocket on AI data center acquisition deal was in November though. Since November, I don't see any. Okay, so February 10th, Mobile Health Network rolls out AI powered Otter SSA or SaaS clinic management platform. Okay, got to be IT company. Eh, up 27%. Keywords is AI data center. And they had rollout software. Okay, those are those four. And then we have these other non-micros, JDZ and BENF. But both of them, they don't look bullish. Oh, one is up 55%. Looks like it did a round trip here. Popped up here 1 to 171 and then back down to 115. And then BENF just looks like it's been piling down. So in the aftermarket, BENF went from $4 up to $9. And these are just old markings. I didn't even see this yesterday. It just came up to these levels and made its way all the way back down from 9 to 5. But both of those are behind the micros here. AUUD seems to be one receiving the most attention right now. Let's also look at they have shelf registrations or anything like that. AUUD. AUD does have a shelf registration from September 10th, 2025, and it has one from like they had one from the month before and then amended to it. They have shelf registrations AUUD. Go ahead and add that to the notes. Okay, got that in the notes. So this is a merger, and they have a shelf registration. Go look at LRHC. LRHC, no shelf registrations. That one. But they're just a real estate and acquisition. So they're going up right now, 154 up here, but real estate acquisition. So there's opportunity. That 14 million shares definitely made a move during pre-market. Coming up here to this ATR high, ATR low. The ATR low is down here at 61 cents. We'll see how it holds that into the open. And DR, do you have a show? Me and DR, no shelves out there. AD. Good morning, Hebrew. AD. I was going over trades from yesterday. And basically, so one thing that is working well is trading the catalyst stock, right? The only thing that I have seen about trading the catalyst stocks are and following them. So trading them on the days that they have catalysts, or not catalysts, but volume and liquidity. Like GXAI, I made money on it originally, and then I traded it days after, but I traded it on low liquidity days. I gave back profit on there. Um, it has popped up. It's popped up a couple more times, and on those days with liquidity, yeah, I would have made money. But I traded some low liquidity days on them when they kind of got overshadowed and had a little bit more competition on the day, and they just did not perform like they should have. So minimum on these catalyst stocks, trading them on the days after the catalyst, they gotta get 1 million to 5 million shares traded on them to give me some liquidity to work with. Because yeah, the low liquidity 250,000, that kind of stuff is just the volume sometimes never comes. But yeah, it's just I'm trying this new thing out, trying to follow the catalyst, and yeah, I've seen where there's definitely some potential big wins, but I just got to capitalize on them when they're there. Um, but yeah, anyway, we're going through the micro caps, and here was a scan for today. AUUD up 83%, LRHC up 55%, MNDR up 23%, which is kind of way lower. It's almost 10 million shares traded, but it's got direct competition from these two. And then there's nothing down here on the non-micros, the higher floats. It's really seeking a whole lot of attention. JDZG and BENF kind of looking sad out here on the charts. Good morning, Donnell. Let me go over here to all right. Apple decouples from Nasdaq as it sits out AI arms race. Oh wow. Okay. Let's see. Saudi US valuation. Why US China collaboration is key for robotics trade. Blah blah blah. Okay. Walmart Q4 earnings. Okay. So this is the most bullish looking stock, LRHC. We've already seen that it's a real estate company that did an acquisition, came up here to around the highs of 245, has done a couple of legs up. First leg was from 182 up here to about the 211s, and it did a little bit of pullback here at the $2 whole dollar level. Marched up from the $2 whole dollar level up here to 223, so about 25 cents. 56 up to 90s, pulled back to around right above the 75. So it's about a 25-cent movement on each one of these, but it does have some wicks out here, so be careful on those wicks. It pops, comes on back down. This one popped down back to the $2 level, came up to 245, popped back down to right above the 225s, popped back up to 240s, and now hovering at the ATR highs here. We'll see if it can actually break through. So it hit a high right here of 245. See if it can break back through this level as a real estate company. AUUD doesn't really have a setup like that. Kind of trading within this range between 171 and 119. And the point of control is at 147 right now. So this is the best looking one in pre-market. 19 million shares traded. It still doesn't have all the volume. So it may be something else coming up. But patient. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, be patient. Up. See if there's any noteworthy things that come up. The other thing is even when trading on a catalyst stock after the day or the day after catalyst has come out or the days following, I've noticed that even if there is a dip, but it's on low volume, sometimes it'll pop back up, but it's so choppy, it's hard to get out. When I sell, I actually move the I actually move the price of the market because I'm selling these big sizes on it on low volume. And so I'm like, I don't want me to have that much effect on it, right? I'm in it, it's going up, and then I sell and it drops. I'm like, bruh, come on, man. Come on, bro. I'm not trying to be a market maker. I'm trying to, trade the motion, the ebb and flow. So I don't want to see a big effect when I sell. I scare the buyers when I exit. Let's see. Real Deal Neil TV morning new here. What's the goal for your the morning prep? First, so let me catch you up. So, first of all, I've been trying a new strategy where I'm pretty much trading catalyst stocks. And I'm sticking to those catalyst stocks for the days following that they're trading, even the weeks following that they're trading, and I've been trading those. Now, I also look for noteworthy or newsworthy catalysts during the pre-market to see if there's something newer, something that's going to be stronger, something that's a little bit better catalyst than the previous older catalyst that I've been looking at. The previous catalyst, speaking of, so let me go to my notes. I was trading on GXAI. They got a commitment from Amazon Web Services or Amazon, basically, but an Amazon subsidiary to fund their preliminary development of Gaxos Labs AI-powered sales coaching platform. Some of the keywords for that were Amazon AI and cryptocurrency. And then we saw EBTV, which we haven't seen in a while. It had advanced the execution phase of its on-site engineering validation for modular AI and power infrastructure initiative with AZO AI. So that was another AI type deal. On February 6th, we saw the fallout of Bitcoin. We had some speakers on that day about the digital assets and cryptocurrency, and they did not help it at all. Bitcoin just continued to just fall, and the virtual currency restrictions. China warns its banks to rein in U.S. Treasuries. That was on February 9th. And then the most recent notes were QS EV batteries. So they were producing these EV battery cells, and they were allowing customers to sample and test this production capability and the scalability of these EV batteries. But since then, I haven't really seen any news that's like, oh man, I need to follow that news. You know what I mean? So since then, it's kind of just been dry. And yeah, I've been trading pretty much looking for these to make moves, and GXAI has made several moves. It's just capitalizing on the moves is what I've been trying to do. But this morning we've already looked through the top things on the micro float side, which is AAU, LRHC, MNDR. But just because they're moving up doesn't mean that they have noteworthy catalysts. We can go back and look at what they were doing. So AUUD, it had a merger. It also has a shelf registration from last year, 8/4/26, and then they amended that shelf registration on 9/10. So I'm not sure what they want to do with that shelf. But already, just on pre-market alone, um, aftermarket kind of shot up over $1, closed down here with 83 cents. It started up with low volume into yesterday, moving from 68 all the way up to 92, and then shot up during aftermarket. But I'm not sure how that merger agreement is going to hold up. They didn't exactly name any names in the merger or any specific details about them getting money from the merger or anything like that. So I'm not sure how that's going to hold up. Then on LRHC, this was another one that this is a real estate company They did an acquisition, and they also didn't name the name of the company that they acquired. They said that they acquired some 49% of some company, right? And it's like, okay, no names. That scares me. If you're proud about it, it'll be in the in the documentation in the news. MNDR, this one just 27%. It's just really, I guess it's gonna die during the day or something. It's got 10 million shares traded, but it's got a lot of competition up here with AUUD and LRHC. So I'm not sure about that one. We also have another one up here on the non-micros. RXT just crossed 75 cents. And these scanners look for things that are over 75 cents, but RTX is up 95% with, or 96% with 8 million shares traded. So let's see why it's up here on RXT. So it has moved from 42 cents up here to 81 cents. Let's see what's going on with it. So it says had the starting news was at 7:15 5 minutes ago. It says race space and Palantir partner to run Foundry and AIP in production with governed managed operations. Okay, let me read into this here. So this one is RXT. Go look at the news here. Okay, so Rackspace Technology to announce fourth quarter. So it hasn't even not released that news yet. But it came out 5 minutes ago, so I guess it'll be a little late on Yahoo. Most of the time, it's not late. All right, well, I guess I'll just stick to TOS news. Okay, so it says Rackspace. Let's see what kind of details are in this. Um, this is a hybrid multi-cloud and AI solution company and Palantir Technologies. Yes, the Palantir that we always see, PLTR, a global leader in our operational artificial intelligence platforms. Today announced a strategic partnership to help enterprises rapidly deploy and operate Palantir's Foundry, an artificial intelligence platform in production to achieve measurable business outcomes. Through its partnership, Rackspace governed operating model will provide consistent security, operation controls, and compliance from edge to core to cloud, enabling customers to deploy AI. Okay, so what are they getting from Palantir? Is it just the platform? Is their partnership just an affiliate, or is it actually a partnership where Palantir is giving them something? Let's see, organization struggle, blase, blase. I'm looking for money. It says organizations need AI that works in production, not just in demos. Palantir's platform combined with Rackspace governed cloud operations and our shared platform or shared forward developed engineering approach enables customers to accelerate time value. Okay. So Palantir isn't giving them anything. It's basically like a new package that they have. So they're using Palantir's platform to it's almost like if you were to be a seller at Walmart, you're using Walmart stores to do your business, to kind of put you in front of people and things like that. That's what they're doing with Palantir's platform. They're using the store, but Palantir isn't actually giving them anything. It's not like a true collaboration or a true like Palantir is recognizing them, right? Because if they recognize them and Palantir says something about them, then this will be a lot bigger. But that's RXT. Now it looks the most bullish. It's up 145%, moved from 45 cents. And now another thing we need to see it or recognize it is closed under 75 cents. So if it does get moving up anyway, it's going to be a hawk fest, right? It's going to be hawk, 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 hawk all day. Let's look at the daily chart on RXT. Let's look over here at this daily chart here. The daily chart, let's back it on up. RXT has been Sell off, sell off, sell off. How many reverse? Let me go look at how many reverse splits this thing. How many reverse splits has your RXTX performed? RXTX performed. Right. So it says ratio 1 for 12. Every 12 shares. Okay, so they did one in 2020. So they haven't done any reverse splits since 2020 on RXTX. One for 12 reverse splits. So I mean, hey, not a whole lot of dilution there, but I don't know how that news is going to hold up with Palantir. But it is receiving quite a bit of volume. It is number 3 on the day just in overall volume. Got 24 million shares traded, peaked over $1 real quick. 134, 134%. Good morning, AJ. Yeah, so we're looking around. RTX is the thing that may end up taking the cake on the day. Um, like I said, it's got the news with Palantir, but Palantir hasn't acknowledged them. It's just saying that it's using Palantir's platform. But again, when people see this kind of motion, maybe they'll get active on it. And it has a bunch of halts, or it can have a bunch of halts because it opened up or it closed under 75% or 75 cents. So let me mark all that. So it's high chance of halt fest, high chance of halts, or let me just put higher chance of halts. What else? It is got keywords that are Palantir, Palantir, AI, and what else? Palantir AI. Yeah, Palantir did not acknowledge or give any monetary value, any monetary value directly to this company, directly to this company. Right. All right. So there, that's what I got right there. Let me activate that. Ooh, oh, that was long. Okay. Higher chance of halts. Palantir did not acknowledge or give monetary. I should have put something directly to this company, but I don't know what it's talking about. The keywords are Palantir and AI. Hit a high up here of 107, and it's pulling back now to 95 cents. Still up 129%. So, I think what's the float on this actually? Oh, this is a little bit higher float too. I did not see that. Let me go to RXT statistics. Yeah, we're on RXT. I had already looked at it, and I was circling back to it. So the float for this one is 105.55 million, and it is held heavily by institutions. So this could be a choppy one on today for sure. Um, I would say for these, they kind of get a little bit heavy, and they will try to shake out weaker hands. But you also have to look at the actual catalyst. I mean, is there a reason for them to shake out weaker hands on this one? But just seeing that 76% up there in institutions, this is gonna be a choppy one, and the higher float. is going to be making it choppy. Okay. So let me notate that too. So higher floats, higher chance of halts with higher float, and heavily held by institutions. By institutions. Okay. All right. So updated that. Okay, so this higher chance of halts because it closed below 75 cents, higher floats, heavily held by institutions, Palantir did not acknowledge or give any money directly to this company, and then the keywords Palantir and AI. No, choppy like your breakouts may fail a lot, AJ. That's what I mean. Choppy by like if it's breaking out, it's gonna get hit by a hammer back into that range. Almost trading like the higher floats, you know, when they try to break out and it's like a hammer time, getting them back in their range. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be the main watcher for today. Not, I mean, I'm not telling you to trade it. I'm just saying that's where the volume seems to be flowing because AUUD, the low float. I mean, it's just not. It does not have that upward motion like RTX. It does have 50. It has more volume with 57 million shares traded, but neither one of them have really good catalysts. So look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. See that hammer time right there? Tried to break out. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean by chop, where the breakouts don't hold. Like it tried to break out, bam, hit right in the mouth, all the way back down. So let's just say somebody bought a breakout of I don't know 104. Well, now they're down under $1. You know what I mean? Like, and with this type, it's easy to oversize because it is cheaper with 97 cents. And so you start seeing this stuff, and this gets ugly real quickly, right? Look at this. Oh, my bad. Can't see it. My bad. This is what I mean by the choppiness. So it rose up here. So we had the 108s, right? And it's getting hit when it's trying to break out. So let's say if you bought the high of this candle, maybe you take profit at 98 cents right there, right? You buy the high of this candle, or if you're even later, let's say if you're buying 101 or 104, now you're really in the dumps here. And these hammers can happen either direction. They can happen on the sell side or the buy side. So I mean, I wouldn't be confident as a seller either, as a short either here, because you can easily get slapped in the mouth. So right now it's trying to break out this 93 level. Let's see if it snaps back up. Snaps back up over and tries to hold within this little range here. Yep, there is a snapback, keeping it in that range. Yep, 93 was that, and look at that snapback. It's got a little range here. Let's see when it tries to break this out. Let's see if they punch it back into this range, into the open. Yep, trading like a large cap, holding a range. That higher flow. It's got 38 million shares traded. Yep, yep, way too large. Disaster waiting to happen. I don't think I checked it for shelf registrations. Let me check that real quick over at BAM SEC. It does not have any shelf registrations that I can see for the past couple of years. So, yeah, no shit. Look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. You buy the breakout and then you get this treatment. That's what I'm talking about by choppy. Look at that. Nah, bro. That's abuse right there. That's abuse. Pops off the bottom right here. Does this? That's what I'm talking about, man. When I say choppy on a higher float that is heavily held by institutions, you get this kind of treatment. And because of the catalyst isn't great. It's got more of potential to go down, but they're holding it in these ranges right now. So I'm guessing it's gonna be a slow grinder down today. It's at 96%, or not my 96 cents. So it's got this $1 whole dollar level that's kind of right in the middle of everything right here. And so that whole dollar is getting tortured. So yeah, not liking that at all. But yeah, what I was going over earlier was the trades from yesterday and all of that. So I've been doing a new, I wouldn't even call it a new strategy, but it's basically like a new mindset to trade the things that have the catalyst and stick to them until they dry up, right? So like with GXAI, I've been watching it, I've been trading it, XYZ, right? Now I have made some mistakes on trading it. One is trading it on days that the liquidity isn't there, right? So trading it before the liquidity comes in, I have to wait for the liquidity to come in to take action. When the liquidity comes in, great, let's get it moving. But with no liquidity, it's almost irrelevant to trade it. Even if I buy a dip on low liquidity, sometimes I make a profit, but it's so hard to get out because I have no one to sell to. And so when I sell, like I can see my sale go through on the tape, and the price drops because I sold. I don't like that. I don't like that. If I have 2,000, 3,000 something shares. If I have more than that and I drop them and I drop the price when I sell, I'm not I need liquidity so there are buyers there to buy from me and support my sale. All right. So again, RTX raising up. Let's see if it again tries to break out here and finds a hammer at this level of the 108. 43, it might become the number one stock. It's got 43 million, and then in the micros, AUUD has 47, but it's running up on AUUD very quickly. So let's see if these institutions want to hold it within the range, keep it from breaking out. So there's a 113. Let's watch the hammer. Hammer hit it back below 107s. Let's see it. There's a breakout. See them knock it back in. 13. Knock it back under 107s. Candle has about 20 seconds left on it. And the last place it came down and checked was 93 cents. So I'm looking for it to probably come back down here to 93 cents. Getting back in the range. Institutions hitting that thing at that 107. Just close the candle within the range. Look at that. Look at that there. Bro, I'm telling you, institutions, they really know what they're doing. They get people to buy these breakouts and they torture them in here. That's why you gotta watch that institutional holdings. If it's like, I mean, to be honest, if it's over 60%, you probably gonna face some issues. But this one's 76%. I'm just like, why are institutions holding this cheap stock? Why do they want to control this stock? Right. And then on Yahoo Finance, you can actually go and let me see if you can see who's holding it. Holders on RXT. Let me see if we can see who's holding it. Okay, so over here on institutions that are holding it, You got one main company holding a large majority of it, which is Apollo Management Holdings. And this is at Yahoo Finance. If you go down here to holders, you can see who's holding it. Then behind them, you have Vanguard. Vanguard has a very small position in this little thing. It's got 2% of this. And then Apollo Management has what, 53.21%. So that's not definitely not huge. If now if Vanguard had a bigger position in it, it'd be like, okay, maybe it's gonna go on up. But I don't know about Apollo Management. Like they're not like BlackRock or some of these other ones. And then if you look at top mutual fund holders, we can see iShares Russell 2000, Vanguard. Oh, Vanguard in there again. Very small positions there. Schwab. A couple of them are in here, but they're in very small. All right, jumping back over to RXTX, another breakout. Let's see if they push it back under the 107s here, back into this range. This will be two failed breakouts back to back. All right. Anyway, I think this one's gonna be leading the day for sure. Got 53 million shares traded, and if it's gonna be our leader on today, I would definitely caution on this one. We've already seen the red flags that it has. We've seen how it trades, and buying breakouts is definitely probably not the ideal thing to do here. Whether you're short or long. But yeah, definitely a hard one. They're only 4 million shares away from taking the crown from AUUD. And again, another little 2 cent. Was that a 2 cent breakout? 113 up to 114, 1 cent breakout. Let's watch this red come in and get it back in the range. Go ahead and push it back down there. We know you want to. We know how y'all thinking. So thickly traded, 164% up. 2 cents away from the drop back into this range. But since it's so thickly traded, I'm sure that there are buyers down here waiting for another test down here to try to get another bounce. So I'm guessing they're going to be waiting down here somewhere around the $1 level. Now, if it bounces, we don't know, but we definitely know it's coming back into this range. Yep. 50. All right. So it's a 1 million shares away from taking the crown from AUUD. AUD has 58 million, and this one is called all the way back up with 57 million, and it is running up on it. So this is going to be our number one watcher. Just because it's a number one watcher does not mean it's a number one trader. It means that, hey, until this thing dies, you might want to dodge everything else. This may be a no trade day because of this stock taking this much volume and not even being worth it. So again, a little peek in here to the 104s. Let's see if it actually closes this candle under the 107s here and continues to trade in this range here. Sitting on the 108s right now. And it has 400,000 shares to take the crown on the day. It's up 155%, sitting on 108. And all right, it's the number one. It's the number one in volume right now. So 58 million shares traded on this one. Why is there so much going on in this one? Well, I mean, first of all, whenever you have high institutions, they're holding a lot of shares anyway. And so let's say you have a move like this, a lot of this could be selling. If they're holding millions of these shares, right? Like Apollo is holding, let me see how many shares exactly they're holding. They're holding 90, they're holding 900,770, or no, $900,731 worth of this stock in the, that's the mutual fund. My bad. My bad. I'm reading the wrong thing. Okay, so on Apollo Management, their value, how many shares or how much money they have in this is $54 million. Okay, so let's actually do the calculations here. How much is 54 million at the prices that they were at yesterday, which was 42 cents, or let me look at what the prices were. Let's see, the prices were 40 cents. Okay, so let's just go from yesterday's prices. Even if they got in lower, we just multiply or divide this amount by whatever it was. So 54, 3, 6, 170. How many shares are they holding? Divided by 40 cents. That's that's one, no, 135,765,425 shares. So let's look at the current volume here that it's currently doing. So over here on RTX, it's doing 60 million. And the top holder in this is holding 135 million. Okay. So they still could be holding shares as well as taking profit on this. You know, going from 40 cents up to $1 with 135 million shares is quite a bit of a move. And also, we don't know when they started buying, so some of those positions could be in a losing position. So this could be recouping some of that loss, and they could be selling heavily up here on the breakouts, right? If that makes sense. If that makes sense, they could be selling heavily up here with 135, and we haven't even reached 135 million shares traded. So yeah, the possibility is definitely there with that. All right, so it's still hugging this 108. Continue to just find a little bit of selling pressure right at this level. All right, anyway, this is going to be the stock. This is going to probably be a no trade day for me because of this stock. I'm definitely going to just chill and allow everybody else to get brutalized in this. And I will bring my tokens to play at another time, but I want to keep my tokens. I want to get them knocked out like I'm Sonic or something. I want to keep my tokens, and I will just watch my other portfolios and see what happens in those, the dividend portfolios and all that. See if there's anything new to buy. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be sitting this one out today. So I wish y'all luck. And y'all gonna need more than luck. Y'all gonna need prayer and blessings. So yeah, all of that. And definitely be careful out here in this market. Yeah, that's it for me today. We do have Discord. I will check in on the Discord a little bit, but since I'm not going to be heavily looking at the market today, uh, I may or may not be in there super heavy. But yeah, I'm gonna avoid today at all costs. Anyway, that is it for me today. It is about an hour and 20 away, an hour and 10 away, or something, whatever it is. No, no, no. It's 7:48. Okay. Market opens at 8:30. So yeah, a little less than an hour until they open. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit around and watch this thing chop people up. Um, anyway, get on to the workday. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, and if you enjoy the content, you can hit the subscribe button. Be back. I'll be back tomorrow morning, pre-market. And as always, we'll see you all in the next one. Peace. See what we. Oh. Hmm.